Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it so very much. Welcome, my name is Aiden. I'm so happy that you are here. I have my palette roundup for March. I know it's almost the end of April, but that's just how things have been going. I was really late on my February one because I didn't get a film because I was sick, and then, yeah, so we're just trying to catch up, and hopefully we'll get back on track next month. But I wanted to show you the palettes that I wore. So first up, I have the Natasha Denona Roxa palette, the Jason Wu. This is the matte suede palette. I have the Lime Crime Late Night Revel palette. Then there is the Sigma Little Mermaid palette. And another fun one, the Revolution Burn Book from Mean Girls. Then a few smaller palettes. We have Give the Simple Kind of Life. This is one of the 6 pans. Then there is a a Huda Beauty Pastel Rose Obsessions. And finally, another Give. This is one of the 4 pans. This is Danger Zone. Before I begin, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And then let me know if you've tried any of these palettes, what your thoughts are on these palettes. And if you would declutter more than what I'm going to declutter, let me know. In last place is the one palette that I am going to declutter. This is the Lime Crime Late Night Revel palette. And I'll see if there's some good shades in here, but there are some lousy shades in here as well. So I just want to show you what they swatch like. They are very kind of, how do I describe it? The blue and the gold swatched well. The other shades are kind of flaky and they're pale, and like there's so much fallout on my hand. I know you can't really see it, but I am not a fan of this palette. So the ones that performed well, I mean, you can see there's a big chunk. I even tried to do like a pressing method because there was a couple that were damaged in this when I got it, and I failed. So I need to rewatch Jessica, how she does it. But yeah, I would say this side is better. So we have the blue and the kind of whitish color, the yellow. This one is mid. These 3 are better, but these 4 over here, I just was disappointed with. Those top 4. They did not look great on. I mixed this with some other things when I was wearing it, and not impressed. Do not think it is a good palette whatsoever. So what did I say? I said so much fallout. The shimmers were disappointing. There was no punch. And I feel like they kind of faded throughout the day. I mean, it's hard because there's not a lot to them to begin with. So not a good palette. Not one I would recommend at all. In second to last place, we have the Huda Beauty Pastel Rose palette. And this one is one of her 9 pans. It is very pale, as you can tell. And there are a few shimmers in there that are nice. Here we go. This is what they look like. They are very pale. Definitely does look like pastels. They don't have a lot of punch to them when they are on the eye, so it's more of a wash of color and a very light wash at that. They are very, very light. And even as, like, you can see here, like, this one is barely showing up. These ones swatched a little bit better, but when you're blending them into the eye, they are super light. It can be pretty. I won't say that I didn't enjoy the looks at times, but they are more like toppers than actual shimmers. It's a wash of color. It's a very pale look. I feel like this is something that you can use in conjunction with other things. So you need like some light colors, or you want some toppers. This is what it is. But in and of itself, trying to create looks from this palette was very difficult, which is why it's so low, because it was not the easiest palette to get looks and to have them actually look like something on the eyes as well. But I do like a couple of the shades, like this shade right here. That one on the bottom is nice. But it was not as fun as some of the other Huda palettes that I have had in the past. In sixth place, we have Jason Wu. This is the matte suede palette. I picked this up on clearance at Target, and you know, I kind of was like, oh, it's a matte palette. Not my favorite, but I can use it in conjunction with shimmer palettes. So actually I did use this in conjunction with the Late Night Revel palette because this one as we've already seen, is all shimmers. So they worked well together. I don't want to tip this one too far because it does have a chunk that is trying to fall out. It's a nice palette, and it's kind of, I feel like, the same thing as the Rose palette, in that you have a lot of good things that you can build off of, but in and of itself, this would not be a palette that I would want to use by itself. So I said the mattes work well. It's pretty light overall. Like, they did not show up as dark as I thought they would. Makes a good base. So like if you look at a couple of those shades, like this is this shade here, and it's just, you know, it actually swatched a little better than it was working on the eyes. They kind of, they blended out a little bit, so you had to go in and double. Like this one is super light. It's a great for the brow bone, like up here, but it's an overall nice palette. I would like to try some more from Jason Wu. I don't know if I'd pay full price. I know it's not very expensive. I do love Jason Wu as a designer. Been a fan of his for a long time, but it's not something I feel like compelled to go out and try more of. It's just kind of like, oh, it's okay. If I come across one on sale, I'll pick it up. I'll pick up another one. But yeah, as a shimmer girl, it was kind of like, it's okay, but it's not fantastic. Right in the middle, we have the Revolution Burn Book by the Burn Book from Mean Girls by Revolution. There we go. And this is so cute. I love the shades in here. You have some absolutely gorgeous shades in here. Really, really nicely done with that. And I love that it is kind of squishy. There's 15 shades in here. I'm going to tell you about it before I show you my swatches. So much fallout on this shimmers especially, and I'll show you that in a second. It stains the eyes. I had staining almost every time I used, well, every time I used it, because it's like those pinks and corals. I had irritation from it, and I was like, oh. So I knew to stay away from some of the shades, but it was sad. I like the mattes for the most part. The shimmers were really tricky. So I would normally, if this was any other palette, this would be a declutter. Like, it irritates my eyes, it stains my eyes. It's Mean Girls, so I'm going to keep it because it's Mean Girls. And I don't think other people might have the same reactions that I did to the irritation. Now, you might have issues with staining, but I don't usually have irritation. So keep that in mind, that it could be that. And it was from the shimmers. There's some beautiful shimmers, but if you see, like, this greenish shade was really chunky. I didn't use the black. I think that's like the only shade I didn't use. But this pink up here is really chunky as well. This one in the middle and the purple were a little chunky. Some of them were nice, and I liked them better than others. Oh my goodness. But this one was pretty good. The pink was good, and the purple was kind of like in the middle. But the rest of the shimmers were like really chunky. I had lots of fallout when I was putting them on. I had lots of fallout when I was swatching them just now. So I like the formula of the mattes. I liked the way that they went on. I just, you know, I had that irritation. I do like that with this color story, you can do some, my light is shining in it. I do like that you can have some more neutral looks. Like, I did some looks for teaching with the browns and the, you know, the cream and stuff. That worked out nice, but there are some bolder pops of color. So I really like the color story of it. I just wish that I hadn't had that irritation. I don't know if other people will have that irritation. I feel like this is much more versatile. So that was one of the reasons why I ranked it higher than my other ones, because those, I felt like you needed more than one palette to really get some good looks out of it, and you don't need that with this. Some dangers for you to be aware of. Getting into the top half, we have the first of two Give palettes. This is the Danger Zone, which is just a 4-pan palette. It is pretty simple. It has two kind of medium/light shades, a dark tuxedo shade, and then also a light one. So not a lot to go with this one. I wrote that it blends well, it has minimal fallout, but it was a bit boring. This is probably Do I want to say this is my least favorite of her 4 pans? No, because I feel like there's one that's like lighter that I liked less than this one. So this is an okay palette. If you are looking for just a standby everyday palette that you can just do a quick look with and you don't have to think too much and you just want like 4 shades, this is a great one. But I feel like her 6 pans, they've gone up a little bit in excitement and I just like them a little bit more. So that's why this one did not rank quite as high as the next palette, which is our 6 pan, which I got to swatch. All right, so we have our 6 pan Simple Kind of Life, and this one is based on another one. I don't have it with me. I left it at my parents'. So this is what it looks like. You have 2 shimmers, you have 2 darker shades and 2 mid or lighter shades. So you have a total of 6. You can go across for eye looks or you can go up and down for eye looks. So I do like that there's kind of a couple of ideas there. I do like the shimmers. I feel like these shimmers were better than the ones that I used last month. So once again, I said the mattes were soft and they blend really well, and the shimmers were light but very pretty. So I like this one. Is it one that's like super exciting? No, but for the $10 I picked it up for at TJ Maxx, I'm very happy to have it, and of course I'm happy to have it because I love Gwen Stefani. But if I was going to choose, I probably would choose the 6 pans because I do like having the option of the little shimmer, but the mattes in both of these are good. In second place, we have the Sigma Little Mermaid palette. There is some beautiful shades in here. It's also pretty dirty because for some reason, these darker shades on the end, they had fallout all over the place. So I need to actually clean this up. I'll probably do that next. So there are 14 shades in here. There's a lot of shades in here. And they're not all shades that I am very comfortable wearing for sure. And I had a little hard time trying to swatch them because I don't want to mess up I don't know if you can see, there is embossing in here. So we have like the Little Mermaid here. We have Ursula up here. We have some sort of, I don't know what that is. Is that a boat? Is that a fish? I don't know. There's a seashell. So there's different things embossed in here. And I was trying to not mess up the embossing. And then you have like these other shimmers here that look funky now, but they don't have anything swatched in them or embossed in them. That was a lot. So what did I say about this? I said some fallout. The mattes blend well. Very pretty. The shimmers are stunning, but they were difficult to work with. They were not like the easiest shimmers to put on. They are definitely ones that you needed to use a finger to put on, and then you could kind of blend them out a little bit, but they didn't do well picking up with a brush at all, which is a little frustrating because that's how I prefer to be able to use a brush, just because my fingers, like, I feel like I have big fingers. Actually, at one time, I was doing theater and I went to go into the ladies' dressing room and this girl like slammed the door and like screamed, and I was like, excuse me. And then she's like, I thought you were a man. And I was like, excuse me. And then it was like, oh, you have man hands. And I was like, excuse me. So I feel like I've been self-conscious about that ever since, but it's difficult, like, because, you know. Anyway, here we go. We have all the shades swatched. There are some very pretty shades in here. I really like, you know, the green, blue type one. The green and the yellow here are very nice. I like this one too. It's kind of a purple blue shade. Overall, it's just a really pretty palette. Really nice. When I'm filming this, they were, well, last I checked, they were doing 50% off of their Disney collabs. If you have any interest in any of the Disney collabs, I would recommend them. I have been enjoying most of them that I have tried. So this one is very pretty, and I'm very glad that I got it because it is very pretty. We are finally to first place. It is the Natasha Denona Roxa palette, and in here we have 15 shades. It's a purple palette, but it's also kind of a pinky palette. It is definitely in my wheelhouse of shades that I love. I don't do a lot of dark purple looks, but I mean, and then today I have like some darker purples on, and this is what they all look like. Gorgeous shades. I mean, If you like Natasha Denona, this is the quality of Natasha Denona. You have the beautiful mattes. You have the beautiful shimmers. I really like the shimmers. So my first thought was so pretty with an exclamation point. No brow bone shades though. Good mattes. They blend well, and I love the colors. So this is one that I did grab. You would think like this one might work as a brow bone, but it was a little too dark for me. If you were darker skin, you probably could get away with it. But, you know, I'm very pale. So I really enjoyed this one. I didn't want to stop using it, which is always a really good sign with a palette. It's like, oh, but I need to move on and try these other ones because I'm trying to go through all of my palettes and really get an idea of all of them. It is really pretty. I am excited to get to play with it some more and to wear it some more. That is one of my summer things. We're going to play with color a lot. So that's it for this month's roundup of palettes. Next month, I am working on eye and cheek palettes. So things that have more than one type of product in them, and we're going to see what they all look like. Let me know how you are doing. Let me know if you have any of these palettes or if you decluttered any of them. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.